Hello everyone, welcome to my shop. Today I'm going to do a relatively quick video on some of the challenges of trying to get an R35 GT-R onto a two-post lift. I'm going to go move some things around and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's three main problems with trying to get a GT-R onto a two-post lift. First one is a common problem among pretty much every lowered vehicle. The arm, the lift pads simply do not fit underneath the car. What I've done is I've made these three-piece ramps. Race Ramps does offer something similar. There's our four-piece, nice lightweight foam, but they're a little spendy. So I went ahead and made these one afternoon. The critical part being is this piece right here that can be slid out of the way, and that allows the arms to actually swing underneath the vehicle. Without being able to remove the center section, it's no different than just having the car on the ground. You just can actually swing under, but you wouldn't actually be able to access the lift points on the vehicle. If you're going to make a set, make sure you measure the wheelbase of your vehicle. Fortunately, the GT-R, my 350Z, it's right there, and my Daily Golf R, the wheelbase on all of them are close enough that I was able to make one set of ramps that fits them all. Then it's just a matter of figuring out placement, because I did build a set of stops just so that I don't accidentally roll off the end of them. And then I have a nice little board over here that has the locations from my crack in my expansion joint here. That allows me to set the ramps up pretty quick and get the vehicles on it. The other problem that the GT-R has, GT-R doesn't really have pinch seams. It's got 4 lift points underneath. Easiest way to deal with those, these reverse logic lift pucks. They're really nice. They're machined aluminum. They've got these 4 little rubber blocks in them. When I get the vehicle up in the air, I'll take some more video and I'll show you where these go underneath the vehicle. There's no point in trying it with the car on the ground. But these are really nice. The little rubber pucks actually help hold it up in there so that you don't have to do anything special. They'll hold themselves in place. These are really nice to have. They're not too expensive. I think they're like $120 for the set, but they're super convenient. These work with floor jacks, with two-post lifts, any kind of lift that you've got. Something like this would be a real benefit to have. Said reverse logic. He makes them for a bunch of different vehicles. I've got them for my Golf R as well that work on a bunch of different Volkswagens and Audi models. Really nice pieces. They work really well. The last problem, and I'm going to wait till I get the vehicle in the air, the GT-R, in Nissan's wisdom, they made the lift points extremely close to one another. The lift points on the GT-R, the little rectangle that they form, are actually smaller and tighter than the lift points on my wife's Mini. The problem is that at least with my lift with 3-stage front arms and 2-stage rear, I literally cannot get the rear arm short enough to hit the rear lift point. So once I get the vehicle in the air and I take some more video from underneath, I'll show you what I do with those lift blocks and where I place them on the arm so that I can actually lift the vehicle safely. So I'm going to go put this ramp back in place, pull the vehicle up, and then you'll see me get it up in the air, and then I'll go underneath. Okay, car's in the air. So now it will be a lot easier for me to show you where the lift pucks go underneath the car, as well as my solution for trying to get the rear lift pucks and arms to work together just because of that really tight lifting point location that I mentioned earlier. So swing around here. This is the front lift puck location. There's obviously one on the other side. You can see that the lift puck with the little silicone or rubber grippers is up into the cavity there, and then the lift puck's just sitting on the cradle. This works. It's super easy. the rear is where the actual problem is. So coming back down here to the rear, unlike in the front, obviously the lift puck's in the same cradle in the chassis, but I had to actually put the lift puck on the arm itself. The reason for this is, as I mentioned earlier, the square or rectangle that the lift pucks or the lift locations is too small for this lift, and from what I've read, several other lifts to actually be able to hit. So unless you've got a special rotary, or unless you've got like a smaller mid-rise lift where you could kind of set the arms a little bit differently, this is an option. Obviously not the best thing in the world, but once it's weighted, nothing's moving, everything's staying in place. I do plan on, next time I have my welder out, I am going to make a little I-beam piece that'll sit on top of the lift arm here, just to make sure that it can't slide left, right off of the ends. Just for a little bit of extra safety, it'll make it a little bit easier to locate on the arm. But if you ever do have to lift a GT-R, as I said, these are the lifting points here, and obviously on the other side. But if you've got any kind of traditional arm configuration, or especially only a two-stage rear arm like my Challenger lift does here, you may have to look at doing something like this. So, one quick final note before I kind of close this out. If you end up moving your ramp centers like I did just to have access to work, just make sure that you remember to push them back to the center before you bring the lift arms down. Otherwise your lift arm will land on your ramp and you'll have to go back up because you won't be able to get them out. So that's it. As I said, it is not quite your typical vehicle to lift, but it's certainly possible to get one of these onto a two-post lift without too much trouble. Hopefully this video will help some people. If you like it, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to see me do any other videos, leave a comment below, or let me know in some way, and I'll see what I can do. Also going to put my Instagram handle at the bottom. Feel free to go over there. You'll see pictures of projects around the shop and some of my other vehicles and things like that. So until next time, thanks for tuning in.